K. Premchandan.
So thank you very much, sir, for giving me this opportunity to move the resolution as well as speak on the bill, that is bill seeking extension of presidential rule in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Sir, I strongly oppose the statutory resolution moved by the Honorable Home Minister seeking the extension of presidential rule in the state of Jammu Kashmir for a further period of 6 months with effect from 3rd July 2019. And also I would like to say in this August House, when I move the statutory resolution seeking the disapproval of the Jammu Kashmir Reservation Amendment Ordinance, I would like to support the contents of the bill which has been moved by the Honorable Home Minister. Because the contents of the bill is in favor of the poor people who are living in the adjoining areas of international border of Jammu and Kashmir. Therefore, I fully support the bill, but I strongly oppose the ordinance route of legislation because it is lacking bona fides. It is just for the political motives this ordinance has been issued. Sir, we are all talking about Jammu Kashmir. We are all very sentimental to the state of Jammu Kashmir. All of us, we are always speaking and we are proud enough to say that Kashmir is an integral part of our country. We are all proud to say, we will reiterate it. But when we say that it is an integral part of India, most of the times we are only concerned about the geographical integrity, not the demographic integrity of Jammu and Kashmir. We always talk about the Kashmir and trying to protect the territory, but not trying to protect the people of Jammu and Kashmir. That is the basic issue which I would like to highlight. Sir, Kashmir issue has always been seen as a border or land dispute or a territory issue, instead of it is having so many other ramifications. The main question to be considered by this August House is that it is a question of our attitude towards the Kashmir issue. Sir, my suggestion is paradigm shift in our attitude towards Kashmir is required to win the confidence of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. I appeal to the whole House that the Jammu-Kashmir issue or the issues pertaining to the Jammu-Kashmir shall never be taken as an issue to just achieve the narrow political gains. It should be taken in a wider sense so as to protect the interest of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. So to win the confidence of the people of Kashmir, the government at the center and the then state government of Jammu and Kashmir led by PDP-BJP coalition government, led by the former Chief Minister, miserably failed in handling the issue of Kashmir. So my point is that we want peace and social harmony in Kashmir, not threat, tension and violence, for which we have to win the confidence of the people. That is the main point which I would like to make. Sir, in order to win the confidence, whether the statutory resolution moved by the Honorable Home Minister as well as the bill moved by the Honorable Home Minister is sufficient to win the confidence of the people, that is the point which I would like to elaborate. So regarding the Jammu and Kashmir Reservation Amendment Bill 2019, I have already said that it is a long pending demand of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, as I fully agree with it. But kindly see the ordinance route of legislation. Article 123(1) is giving the right to the executive to promulgate an ordinance only in circumstances, extraordinary circumstances by which, compelling circumstances by which there is no other option such an urgency or exigency or emergency, then only the government is having the right to promulgate an ordinance under Article 123(1). Here the ordinance is issued on 1st March 2019 and the election notification has come on 10th March 2019. So this act is Act of 2004. The long pending demand of the people who are living adjoining to the international border. They were demanding for this issue, demanding for this right, but unfortunately that right has not been considered to. It has been given in the month of March. March 1st means it is just to achieve the narrow political gains. This has been given in the month of March. Otherwise, last 5 years the NDA government was in power. It is quite unfortunate to note the last 5 years the government had not shown any legitimate interest in protecting the interests of people who are living in adjoining to the international border. No reservation has been given. Nothing has been given. One fine morning in the month of March 1st, an ordinance has been promulgated to give this right to the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Means the election is coming, the 17th Lok Sabha election is coming. In order to achieve political gains in the Lok Sabha elections, this ordinance has been issued, promulgated. Therefore, the issuance of the ordinance I strongly oppose. And regarding section 2O, that is socially and educationally backward classes means, and a new word is also added, that is a person residing adjoining to the international border along with the actual line of control. I fully supporting it, and that the bill can be passed, but the ordinance route of legislation I am opposing. Sir, regarding the presidential proclamation, sir, it may kindly say that Article 356 was made. This was made on 19th December. It is 19th December 2018 on the ground that the state government of Jammu Kashmir cannot carry it on in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution of India as applicable to the state. Sir, I am moving the resolution also. India as applicable to the state and of the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir. Sir, this is for the first time since 1996. President imposes direct central rule. That is, already the Honorable Minister has cited. What is the reason for the imposition of the central rule under Article 356? It was proclaimed due to political crisis in the month of June, when BJP withdrew their support to the PDP-BJP coalition government led by Mahbooba Mufti. So the proclamation was issued on the basis of the report of the governor. What are the real facts? Sir, when BJP withdrew the support to the coalition government, Congress and National Conference extended support to PDP, and they had staked their claim to form an alternative government. Without giving an opportunity to form an alternate government, the governor on 21st November dissolved the 87-member state assembly, and the right to form an alternative government has not been given. Sir, is it a democratic process? When a coalition campaign has already given and staked a claim for formation of a government in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, an opportunity should be given to that coalition. Unfortunately, no opportunity has been given, and assembly has been dissolved, citing horse trading and lack of stability to form a government. So it was an unfortunate and arbitrary decision of the governor to dissolve the assembly. Instead of providing a chance to form a government to prove the majority on the floor of the house, unilaterally assembly has been dissolved. It is undemocratic, unilateral and arbitrary. Sir, please. Sir, until 1994, I will conclude with sir, Rule 178 is there. You may be well aware of Rule 178. I am only moving the resolution. I am having the right to speak on the resolution. Sir, until 1994, please bear with me 3-4 minutes, sir. Sir, until 1994, the President had an absolute and unfettered power to impose Article 356 in any state which is experiencing any political unrest. But in Mumbai's case in 1994, the Honorable Supreme Court passed the stringent guidelines to issue a proclamation under Article 356 and held that the President is not beyond the Constitution, hence he will not enjoy absolute authority to impose Article 356. So the proclamation of President imposing President's rule in Jammu and Kashmir in no way complied the guidelines which has been given in the SR Bombai's case, the Constitution bench of the Supreme Court, and there have
Jammu Kashmir